You came to this earth for a purpose, and the purpose is to find yourself, right? So that's the only purpose. You don't even have to go out there, oh yeah, I need to have a business, I need to have this in order to be something. No.
Hello and welcome to my channel, Shannon Solange. Today I have a guest, as you can see. Her name is Samantha Wellens, also known as Sammy. Sammy, welcome.
Thank you, Shannon. Thank you for inviting me for this.
Ja, superleuk dat je er bent.
Yes.
Let's talk about what brought you here today. Het was begonnen met een filmpje van mijn andere YouTube-kanaal, Curious Curious. Het ging over een caveman. And what can you tell us about that story?
Well, I saw that video of Melvin, and I was like in search of answers. So what is happiness to people? And one day I went to, just randomly, I went on a trip with a friend. We asked people what makes them happy. So the answers that we got were very interesting, and yeah, and then everything led up to that video, and I was like, I want to talk to Melvin as well. Yeah, so.
Yeah, because you explained there was something that Melvin said that really piqued your curiosity.
Yeah.
What was it about the video?
He said that he's happy. He's happy, so I was like, okay, what, even if he's a caveman and he doesn't have the normal stuff that we do, like the resources that we have, he's still happy. And I was like, how? You know? And then I realized actually that happiness comes from inside, right? You create your own happiness. Because if I would have lived his life, maybe I wouldn't be so happy. But it's about creating your own happiness.
Very true.
So that sparked even more curiosity. And then my friend contacted you because I wanted to know more. And it led up to this moment.
Can you tell me more about your happiness project?
So it all started when I was in this very low energy vibration, that I was very victim of every circumstance around me. And I didn't want to be there anymore, you know. I was done with it. And so I started picking up one book. And that one book led me to so many things. Like, it opened a whole new world for me. And I saw things more positive. I wasn't anymore in a victim role. I took responsibility, because that's it. It's taking responsibility for your life. So, yeah. And then I went to a hardcore leadership training, and that completely changed my mindset as well. It took some time after to process everything I was going through, but yeah, it led me up to this. And then I quit my job because that was still a part of me that felt stuck in something I wasn't too happy about, and it was really needed for me to let it go. And there were a lot of fears that popped up. Fears like, oh no, I'm gonna lose my apartment. I'm so comfortable in that apartment. I'm gonna lose it. I have to sell my car. Where am I gonna live? Like, all these questions came up, that were really scary, right? But eventually I just said, so what? Let it happen. Whatever happens, happens. And I let the fear go. And then I could really tune in to myself. I have to say I'm not there yet. I'm still in transition, what do I really want? Because that's also the thing. I was very people-pleasing. So I did everything for everybody else and not for me. So I'm now doing the things I want to do. And yeah, this is a really nice new journey I'm on.
What is that deciding moment where you finally go, I'm just gonna do it? Is there a particular thing that inspired you to take that risk?
Okay, yeah, I was coaching in hardcore leadership, and because it took so much time for me, I worked 40 hours and next to it I did that, I noticed that my time was so much worth and I was spending it in a building that I didn't want to be in 8 hours a day. So I was like, what am I doing here? I'm wasting my precious time. I didn't feel like it was worth my time anymore. And that's where like this feeling came up, like, okay, today is the day. Yeah, it's really something. It's like, I can't explain it because it's just a feeling that came rushed over me, like now is the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are a lot of fears that keep you stuck in a place, and it's getting out of your comfort zone that you get where you want to go, right?
Yeah.
And comfort zone, yeah, it's comfortable now, but in the long run, it's super uncomfortable, and I was stuck in the uncomfortable of the comfortableness. Yeah. I have to say, because of my journey, yeah, like some people are really happy for me, but other people also cannot accept the changes in me. And that's okay, you know. I feel better like this, like being aware of what's going on right now, because I wasn't aware. I was more like letting everything happen to me instead of being the one creating it, right? So yeah, this feels good for me. And yeah, everybody else, yeah, I'm sorry, but it's also about me, you know.
Absolutely.
I've always put myself in the second place, and it's time for me to put myself in the first place. So yeah, that's really the key. Choose you first, because like a lot of people that are nice or kind or friendly, they put themselves on the second place. And that's okay, but in the long run, it makes you unhappy. So put yourself first, always. And when you put yourself first, you can even give more from
Exactly.
yourself. Yeah.
If you take care of yourself, you can show up for others.
Yeah, and magic happens. Magic happens. It feels like magic. It's not magic. It's just a law of the universe. But it feels like magic sometimes. When I manifest things like randomly, and I think, what? And it came out of like places where I never would think it would come, you know.
Tell me more about manifesting. What exactly is manifesting?
Okay, manifesting, yes. You think of something you want really bad, and in the end you get it, right? It doesn't always work like that. It sounds so simple. It is simple, but it's letting go of the control of manifesting. So usually we think, oh, I want that car. We think directly, okay, I have to work to get that car, so I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do this. And then, yeah, it takes a long time before you can actually save up to get the car. But if you just think, okay, I want that car, I'm gonna get it some way, and you let it go, don't think about it anymore, and yeah, you'll be surprised from which way it will come, because you could get like some money randomly from some strange place, or something else happen, you get it as a present, but don't control it. Just manifest it and let it go.
So you put the intention out there, and then you relinquish control of how you're going to get to the outcome. It's about the emotion, right? Of what it feels like to have achieved the thing you want to achieve.
Yeah.
And you have to live it as if it's already in your life.
Yeah. So I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I was thinking, like, a friend of mine is house sitting, and I thought, maybe that's fun too, to do house sitting. And I didn't even tell people that I wanted to do house sitting. I just told them my story. I quit my job, and now I'm staying at a friend because I don't have an apartment either. And then out of nowhere, a house sitting job came to me that I got paid for even. So it was like, whoa, wow, that's manifesting. And it really started when I understood how it works. I've read many things about the law of attraction. There's even a book, The 11 Forgotten Laws, that opened up something subconsciously, because I read it over and over and over again for weeks. And then like subconsciously I started understanding how it works. It's really funny because I didn't understand it either, but now I'm starting to play with it.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good read.
Yeah.
So you had mentioned to me that you read this book called Radical Honesty. What does that even mean, being honest?
Being honest is firstly being honest and true to yourself. So what do you really want? Who do you really want to be? What is the core values and beliefs that you have? And be honest about it. Because we really hide ourselves because of status or whatever social standards we need to be in. And we hide, we put on a mask. We smile through the tears, right? And it's not about that. It's about being open and honest about who you are. When you get open and honest and vulnerable about who you really are, then you see people opening up as well. And it's so beautiful because it's so unexpected, because you've always known these people to be superficial and you're judging them then, but superficial and not in tune with themselves because of the mask. But when you open up, you see them opening up, and then you see a whole nother version of them, a whole nother beautiful version of them. And that's what honesty is about. Also being honest with yourself. And that's the most important. I lie to myself still. I'm not there yet. I think I want something sometimes, but it's not true. I let myself get influenced by someone else because let's have fun, but that's maybe not my kind of fun, but I want to compromise. And it's about just being honest and saying, no, I don't want to do that.
And why do we have that fear of just saying what we really want to do? Like, why is it so hard for us to stand up for what we want to do instead of just going along with what other people ask from us?
That is because we want to be accepted. And we are afraid that if we say no, the person will leave, or the person will not like us or not want to be with us.
Fear of rejection, etc.
Yes. Been there, done that.
That's old. We're over it.
Yeah, it's over. You know, many times when you ask people, how are you doing? You're like, oh, I'm good, blah, blah, blah. Everything is going good. And it's chaos in the background, in their life, you know. Just be honest. Say like, okay, this is what's happening. Because maybe there is one ear that will listen and will give you the help that you actually need. So just don't answer with good. It's not enough. You just get to express yourself fully. Like, no, today I'm not feeling very well. There's this and this happening, and I'm still figuring out how to interpret it, or like how I can fix this problem that I created in my mind. Because all our problems are created in our minds, right? It's just an interpretation and perception. But maybe somebody can tell you like, oh, but I don't see that as a problem. Like, you can do this and this and this, and then your problem is poof, gone.
A solution presents itself. So if you're being honest, then you're opening the door to solutions coming into your life. And if you're being dishonest, you might be missing that opportunity.
Yes.
I identify as an introvert, and we had a conversation about this in which you expressed you also identify as an introvert. Yeah. So that really made me curious to ask you, how do you navigate this predominantly extroverted world as an introvert? Have you come across some difficulties?
Yeah, I know what you mean, like accept yourself for being an introvert. Yeah, you see a lot of people being extroverts and you're like, how do they do it? Like, I cannot. Like, if someone like wants to contact me, don't call me. Don't call me, I will not pick up. Just app me.
I like that rule.
Just app me. I don't like calling. Like when I go to a restaurant or anything and I need to do reservations, I hope they have like a website where I can click rather than have to call them.
And And how do you explain that? What is it about calling that's so much more intense than an app?
It's about the voice exchange, really feeling the other person on the other side, I think. It's more intimate, and then like I'm like, oh, no, I don't want to be that intimate. I just want to. I cannot explain that.
Yeah, I don't blame you because I don't know if I could explain it either. It's just a feeling. It's like it's suspenseful almost,
Yeah.
but I know that it's going to drain me as well,
Yeah.
and so the text feels safer.
Yeah, that is the feeling. The safer, the more comfortable.
Yeah.
And yeah, it takes a lot to get out of my comfort zone as well. Like you said, it takes some energy for you.
Yeah, I would be like an hour before I have to place a call. I'm already thinking about it. Oh my God, I have to do this. I don't want to do this. Can I procrastinate it a little bit longer? And so even just the whole planning around placing a call is
Yeah.
already draining. So
Can I get anyone else to do it?
exactly.
Yeah, I've seen a video on YouTube from Simon Sinek, and he talks about it, and that's what's so fun about it. He says, like, when you're an introvert and you go to a party, take with you an extrovert, and then the extrovert he goes to mingle with everyone, and you're the one that eats all the food. He said it as a joke, but I get him, you know. Extroverts work actually that when they meet people, they recharge their battery. So like every person they have around them, they get a point, right? And after that night, they're like fulfilled because like they're recharged. Introverts, on the other hand, every time we have to talk to someone, it goes down. So on the end of the day, we are drained from all the people, and then the next day I don't want to see any people. Like if I went to a party alone, no, that's too much. Yeah, and you see it also when I'm in a group setting. If there's less than 5 people, I can manage. But when there's 5 people or more, I get quiet. I don't know what to talk about. I cannot interact.
For me, the journey was more about standing up for my own introversion and not feeling like I have a shortcoming because of it. So accepting and embracing it and being like, I also have value in this world, and I'm not going to compete with extroverts because that's going to deplete me. I have to put in twice as much effort to reach the same level. And so I'm better off finding out what makes me strong as an introvert and cultivate those skills more.
Yeah, and it's not honest if you're trying to be an extrovert, right?
Also, yeah, we get back to the honesty,
Yeah.
being true to yourself.
Yeah.
So, Sammy, just a quick question, real simple. What's the biggest thing you've ever had to overcome in life?
Well, for me, it was stepping out of the victim role. Like everything is happening to me. This person did this person did that, and rather taking responsibility and saying, "Oh, now I see this person. This happened. So this reflects me. So what in me created this situation, right? Because that's how you should see it. Everything that's going on in your life is something you created within. Yeah, it's about loving yourself a lot and accepting yourself for who you are. I'm not there yet. I'm being more of a friend than I used to be to myself, and it takes time. It takes time to really completely love yourself, but step by step I'm getting there. Yeah, it's breaking the limitations, the blockages that you have, the blueprint, the traumas that you have.
But how do you find them? How do you get to the point where you realize, oh, this has been affecting me?
Well, everything that triggers you. So when you get angry, sad, you feel guilt, shame, whatever low vibration feeling you get from within, and you feel it in your body, mostly here or in your chest, feel it and see, because everything that triggers you is not a thing that's triggering you right now. It's something from the past. So what is it from the past that is triggering you right now? What is going on there? And can you make that story different, because when you're a kid, you experience things very different than they are now, and you see things that very differently. So it's not the same. Maybe the story you had as a kid wasn't even the correct story, right? Mm-hmm. But in your mind, it was like that. And also feel the feeling, let it sit there for a while, and then let it go.
Yeah, that can be uncomfortable, actually, allowing your feelings to settle and just sitting with it. But that's the most important thing you could do.
Yeah.
Sit with that feeling. I hear that more often.
Yeah. I don't like it either. I try to avoid it. Like I want to do like Netflix or sit on my phone, just not to think about it or not to feel it. But it's there, and if you just like let it go down without dealing with it, it goes somewhere in your body, right? So it's gonna make you sick, and that's not. What we want. It's mindful practice, and like really breathing techniques. Breathing really helps. Meditation really helps.
Yes.
And many people say, yeah, but I cannot sit still, and like my mind goes like 100 times an hour, and it starts small, because you hear about 20-minute meditations and stuff, and I didn't get there at once in 20 minutes. No, I couldn't do that. I started with like 1 minute. Just 1 minute, just let everything out of your mind, and then you go 2 minutes.
I started with 30 seconds, so I get that.
Exactly. It starts small, and after a while it goes better and better. And the feeling after is even more amazing, because nothing in the world can do you anything, because you feel content, you feel filled up from yourself. And that's actually the state we should be in all the time, right? Because that's the loving, accepting state in us.
Yeah.
I want to really thank you for this opportunity. The audience should definitely subscribe to Shannon Solange.
And I just really want to thank you for coming on and sharing your knowledge and your life journey and your experiences, your insights. And who knows, maybe someone will be inspired to also quit your job tomorrow, even though you don't know what you're gonna do.
Just do it. Just do it. There are people that will help you. It's gonna happen. Like the universe is gonna say yes to you.
Yeah.
If you're not happy, it's not for you. So go out there and do whatever you need to do to get to your happiness. Create it from within. It's not out there. It's in you.
Well, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
I'm bad at goodbyes. I don't know what.
Well, that's all. Well, abdi.
I like this. This is making the cut.